Saya doktor.
Okay, thank you. Nurul Nazirah.
Saya doktor.
Okay, thank you. Muhammad Akmal Hakim.
Ya, doktor.
Okay, thank you. Aini Firhani.
Saya doktor.
Okay, thank you. Nur Fakira.
Saya doktor.
Okay, thank you. Nurul Natasha. Okay, thank you. Saya ulang balik, dos siapa yang sebut tadi tak ada. Nadia Wafiq ada. Sorry. Nur Fariza.
Saya doktor.
Okay. Tengku Aminuddin.
Saya doktor.
Okay, thank you. Nur Ashikin. Nur Alia Damia. Musyahlidan. Muhammad Syamizi. Teo Chi Kuang. Okay, hari ni kita akan belajar another new topic tentang how we collect the data, they call data collection. This topic dia berkaitan rapat dengan dos siapa yang student akan buat apply research. Apply research Apply research ni how you want to solve the problem dekat field lah, dekat industri ataupun dekat mana tempat. So akan guna teknik ni, they call one of the technique observations. Okay, data collection observation. Begitu juga dengan qualitative plus the apply research. So siapa yang supervisor dia request untuk buat apply research, ada tak? Apply research. Siapa yang ada?
Hanya from case study ke, sir?
Apply research ni you ada satu isu dan you akan selesaikan masalah tu lah. Mungkin salah satu dia case study dan juga pelbagai teknik akan diguna pakai lah. Ada? Okay. Kita tengok kat sini, Siti Nurain, dia say topik the impact of digital learning on academic performance, study on UM student. Okay, dia tanya suruh dapat confirmation daripada tu. Supervisor you siapa Nurain ni? Nurain? Nurain? Oh, Dr. Sadikin. Okay, I think it's okay. Good. Boleh proceed.
Thank you, doktor.
Okay, we proceed for this topic, data collection method on the observation. Okay, one of method untuk apply research. Because apply research ni, kita sebenarnya kita nak solve satu isu yang berlaku. Sebelum kita nak tahu adakah is it the real problem, so we need to conduct the call study lah. That mean how we go for the field, we go for the place that we found the problem. Then we from there we do some study they call observation, whether is claim correct or not. Okay, they call observation. this observation selalu diguna pakai oleh Japanese company Japanese company. So Japanese company usually they introduce 3 gen. Bisa dengar perkataan 3 gen. Siapa biasa dengar perkataan 3 gen? Cuba saya nak tanya, kalau tanya siapa-siapa tak mengaku so saya tanya Nurul Natasha.
Yes,
Nurul,
sir. Yeah.
you ever hear the word of 3 gen?
Yes.
What is this 3 gen? Boleh share?
3 gen observation ke yang ni?
Dah. Dalam type of observation ni dia ada juga popular. They're using the 3 gen. Okay. What is 3 gen?
Sekejap.
What is 3 gen?
Sekejap, sir.
Siapa-siapa cari dekat Google pun boleh. Dan kita share dekat sini. Cari.
Okay, 3 gen ni macam human genetic.
Lari jauh. Betul lah ni siapa ni? Siti Nurliana. Betul lah. Game. Cuba sebut Siti. Saya susah nak sebut. Siti Nurliana.
Yes, sir. Saya pun Google je, sir.
Cuba sebut.
Gemba, Gembutsu, Genjitsu.
So betul lah. They call 3 gen. So they call Gemba. Yang betulnya Gemba. Gemba dia bermaksudnya place. Gemba bermaksudnya place. Ini perkataan Jepun Then Genbutsu. Bukan Genbutsu. Bahasa yang betul Genbutsu maksudnya barang. Ataupun benda. Okay. Gemba, Genbutsu, last kali Genjo. Genjutsu, Genjutsu. Ataupun guna Genjo. Genjo bermaksudnya situasi. Macam tu PPS tu pula. Genjo. Situasi. Genjo ada situasi suasana tu. Suasana so dia one related dengan observation apa yang kita akan bincang pada ni. That's why saya menggunakan perkataan 3 gen. Okay, they call Gemba, Genbutsu, Genjo. Okay, then it's popular in the Japanese company. Kalau Japanese company, kalau kita cakap tentang perkataan 3 gen Gemba, Genbutsu, Genjo, so dia akan respect lah. Mengapa kita perlu buat Genbutsu, Gemba, Genjo? Sebab soalan saya ni berkaitan dengan observation. Mengapa kita perlu buat ni? Bila kita tanya Nur Fakira.
Ya, Doktor.
Okay, why we must implement 3 gen? 3 gen yang atas tu.
Why we must implement 3 gen Doktor tanya.
Ya, betul. Mengapa? Why? Ada reason dia tak? Siapa-siapa boleh share dekat chat.
Kejap Doktor, saya nak pakai earphone kejap.
Dan rakan-rakan yang lain mungkin boleh share mengapa kita perlu buat benda ni. Kalau kita tak buat, tak boleh ke? Okay, Siti Nurani kata untuk dapatkan data lagi, the others, ada lagi answers. You say continuous improvement strategy. Bukan pun nanti saya share dia punya answer dia, you akan tengok dia punya practicability. Adakah sesuai tak sesuai ataupun macam mana. Then Syarudin say selesaikan masalah. Then ada else solve the problem. Kita banyakkan di Malaysia ada masalah ni. Izzuddin say working at optimum efficiency, dapatkan data yang tepat. Okay, Norishkin Kasman kata dapatkan data yang tepat. Lagi? Ada lagi tak? Just kita nak share dengan rakan-rakan kita. Okay, actual place for R&D. Syarudin. Syawal say actual place. Syarudin say for R&D. Lagi ada tak? Yang common sense, mengapa kita perlukan melihat barang, mengapa kita perlu pergi ke tempat tersebut dan mengapa kita perlu melihat suasana yang berlaku di tempat tersebut. Okay. This practice banyakkan dia dilakukan di negara-negara yang saya ada pengalaman adalah di negara Jepun. Selain pada negara Jepun tu saya tak pasti sebab practically saya tak pernah buat, tapi negara Jepun memang ada. Tujuan dia nak bagi kita faham the phenomena. Okay, we understood the phenomena happen in reality. So daripada situ kita akan solve the problem. That the problem is a real problem that can solve the issue. Okay. Those kalau kita ada the issue, but you sitting in the office, just you duduk dekat office tanpa you go for the places that happen the issue, mungkin solution dia akan berbeza. Okay. Almost kamu tengok praktikum yang dilakukan di Malaysia berlaku macam tu. Those pembuat dasar kebanyakan duduk di Putrajaya dalam bilik, dalam bangunan, dia orang tak datang ke real place. Apakah isu-isu yang berlaku yang sebenarnya. Contohnya sekarang ni harga barang meningkat. Just contoh saja, bukan saya bersembang politik. Just nak bagi tahu relationship topik yang kita belajar tu. Okay, yang kita belajar hari ini tentang observation. So, adakah real issue yang dihadapi oleh masyarakat dengan kenaikan barang ni adalah true or not true? So, nobody knows until kita sendiri akan pergi ke pasar, kita akan observe, kita akan compare ataupun kita dapat claim. Okay, this one related dengan kita punya topik adalah observation. Okay, this period topik. The why just saya terang in reality juga berlaku, bukan saja untuk buat research, not only research, only for the others method ataupun others solution ataupun other discussion. Jadi kita kena do some observation thing. Okay, observation. What is observation? They mean we gather the data, kita dapatkan data-data related dengan kita punya study without asking question atau of the respondent. Jadinya kita see respondent, see the environment, ataupun tempat yang berlaku kita buat kajian tu, kita tak melibatkan responden. Cuma kita go the teknik, pergi ke tempat tersebut. Then apa yang kita buat, kita boleh observe. Observe maksudnya kita meremahati the natural work of the environment ataupun tempat yang berlaku, tempat yang kita buat study tu, then kita boleh take note and kita boleh record it. Okay, kita boleh record it through kamera ataupun kita boleh take note through the books. Okay. Itu beberapa teknik yang kita boleh buat. So what is kita recorded in the activity is doing, apa yang dilakukan sekarang, working habit. Working habit ni kamu boleh tengok lah kalau kita nak lihat those waktu pagi-pagi ya. Kalau kita ada urusan dengan government servant, kita lihat di kantin ya. Selalunya saya buat macam tu you lihat di kantin, you tengok pukul 9 pagi ataupun 10 pagi, how many people in the canteen. Kalau ada banyak orang kat situ, of course it indicate dekat office di atas tu tempat kerja kosong lah. Then another one, you can see the facial expressions. Dia punya rupa dia ataupun gambaran muka dia ataupun Malay call air muka ke. Then another one, we see the body language can be observed. That means we can observe the various method according to kita punya study. Kita nak study on what? Or whether we do study on activity. Kita nak melihat working habit, whether working holic ataupun tidak, adakah satu tempat tu dia kerja dia kuat. Okay. Selalu teknik, kalau kamu nak tengok working habit ni kerja kuat tak kuat, kalau you pergi bandar, suatu bandar, you lihat bangunan yang tinggi ya, you akan tengok lampu dia. Tengok bangunan lampu tinggi yang berpuluh-puluh tingkat, you tengok lampu yang ada dekat bangunan tu menyala ataupun tutup. Ini selalu teknik lah. Kalau you tengok banyak menyala, pada pukul 9 malam, 9 malam, you tengok menyala banyak. So kat situ you boleh buat assumption lah. Ini cuba assumption saja. Assumption kata that organisation ramai yang working holic lah, yang rajin kuat kerja. Okay. Itu salah satu lah. Yang kedua juga kita melihat expressions. Expression dia punya muka dia ataupun body language. Ini kita boleh tengok body language dia macam mana. Kalau dia dalam perasaan gembira, maybe dia have express the certain body language. Kalau dia tak happy, dia express body language. Then observation also. That mean we going for the field. Ini boleh saya minta Aini Firhani. Aini?
Ya, saya doktor.
Tolong baca slide 03 semua sekali.
Boleh doktor. Observation involvement going into the field, the factory, the supermarket, the waiting room, the office, or the training room. Watching what worker, consumer, or the trader do, and describing, analyzing, and interpreting what one has seen.
Okay, thank you, Aini. So observation, that mean kena pergi ke field. Field bermaksudnya sini working place ataupun tempat tertentu lah yang kita nak akan buat study. Dia tak boleh remote you tak boleh guna kamera pun salah satu medium ataupun you duduk dekat office, tak boleh. Observation ni you kena turun dekat field. Ini syarat dia. Okay, the field tu terpulang lah sama ada the factory, syarikat, ataupun supermarket, ataupun waiting room, ataupun office, ataupun any room ataupun any place yang you akan buat research. Okay. Contohnya kita nak study tentang behavior of eating student. So apa yang kita kena buat? Sebelum student sampai dekat kantin, dekat apa, selalunya kat mana yang top, analisis mana top, ataupun kita ambil dekat student center kat sini. Okay, dekat situ kita pergi awal kita duduk dekat satu tempat, kita melihat student makan apa yang dia makan so kita just tengok dan kita catat kat situ dekat satu note, what is eating, nasi lemak ataupun roti canai ataupun ais kacang. Okay. So we take the record, selected the student. Kalau kita nak tengok semua tak mampu dan kita select the student, then kita boleh buat rumusan the end of the day. So we can say the morning what type of eating habit in the morning, then afternoon what the eating habit, then maybe the evening or night. So we have 3 condition. Condition number 1, condition number 2, and condition number 3. So what they say in this slide okay. That means we can analyze something. So we can say at the morning or almost UM student, we say almost UM student prefer nasi lemak. Nasi lemak and tea . Okay. On the lunch, so using the nasi campuran. Okay, nasi campur. And maybe the evening or the night, maybe the this one they call maybe mee kuah or mee or laksa, everything. So kita boleh tanya Arfa Febi ada? Arfa Febi? You duduk di kampus ataupun duduk di tempat you di Indonesia?
Ya, di Indonesia, dokter.
Oh, okay. You which part Indonesia, Arfa?
Oh, Padang, dokter.
Oh, Padang. Okay. Makanan apa yang you paling suka sekali waktu pagi?
Tetap makan nasi, dokter.
Oh, pagi makan nasi?
Ya.
Oh, tengah hari?
Nasi.
Nasi juga? Malam?
Nasi, dokter.
Nasi juga? 3 time nasi So, I mean, thank you, Afra.
Thank you.
You pandai masak dah, Afra?
Enggak begitu bisa, dokter.
Oh, sebab saya memang suka sangat makan masakan Padang. So, di Kedah ni, kalau you tahu di dekat ada satu restoran dekat dengan Majlis Bandaran Alostar. Mungkin rakan-rakan yang lain duduk di kawasan Kedah. Siapa Kedahan? Ada orang Kedah tak? Tak mengaku. Ada orang Kedah tak? Kedahan? Kedah tu siapa? No Fariza kah?
Saya duduk Sungai Petani.
Okey, Sungai Petani. Saya nak tanya dekat Sungai Petani tu ada masakan nasi Padang tak?
Apa nasi Padang?
Masakan Padang.
Nasi Padang tu.
Dia ada masakan Padang. Dia ada jenis-jenis masakan tau. Dia ada masakan daripada Padang, masakan daripada belah Medan ataupun masakan belah tempat di Indonesia tu. Sebab tiap-tiap tempat dia ada masakan tersendiri. Dan almost tempat yang paling sedap tu Padang. Tahu tak? Tak tahu ni. Okey, saya nak share di Alostar ada 2 tempat. Satu dekat stesen bas lama, stesen bas baru. Dan ada satu tempat dekat sebelah dengan Majlis Bandaran Sungai Petani. Two places that provide recipe of Padang. Dia punya nasi dia, nasi dan gula-gulai dia. So dia ada kat situ. So kalau you nak makan, you boleh pergi ke situ. Very nice. Okay, what different compared to Malaysian food? Dia use the real punya tu. Macam dia guna santan kelapa. Okay, dia guna yang original punya. Kalau Malaysia dia dah guna utilize 2-3 kali baru dia guna untuk masak. Jadi dia punya rasa tu dia nampak lain. Sorry, dah lari tajuk. Okay, then another one we see the example of the observation. That mean where the place is. Yang ni kita minta. Tadi last kali ni perangai. Then kita minta Akmal. Akmal ada. Ni ada ni Akmal. Akmal through telephone. Bolehkah Akmal baca? Akmal tak respon. Nurul Nazirah. Nurul Nazirah. Tolong baca semua ni. Slide 04.
Example. Okay, example. Shadowing a Wall Street broker engaged in his daily routine. Observing in-store shopping behavior of consumer via a camera. Sitting in the corner of an office to observe how a merchant bank trader operates. Working in a plant to study factory life. Studying the approach skills of salespeople disguised as a shopper.
Okay. Terima kasih Nazirah. So they give the example for the observe the data. The places, I mean we can do the Wall Street brokers in case we study about the saham, then the shopping behavior. Then we can do the corner or the office. Kita ada satu tempat tu dekat office tu. Kita duduk di ujung untuk melihat how bank is operate. And working the plant. Ini bagus juga kalau kita boleh working together to understood what is happen in our study. So another one is about the approach of the sales people. Maksudnya during dia communicate dengan respondent ataupun dengan supplier, kita melihat skill sales people. So we observe how they convince the customer to purchase the product. Okay, this one the various example how we do the observation of the collecting the data. They have advantage and some advantage of the observe the data. First, we discuss what is advantage. So kita minta Syafiqah. Syafiqah, what advantage of observe ni tolong baca semua.
Advantage of observe data collected are normally occur. It might include with environment influence, hot, cool, and rainy. Easier to observe certain group, children or executive group.
Okay, thank you. Now about the observation, what is advantage? Kelebihan dia. So we collect the data they call that normally occur. Dia berlaku dengan normal, dia berlaku dengan reality ya. So itu dah data kita. So another one is might the environments. Okay. maybe some decision about the environment. So we understood what environment, whether the environment is hot, cool or rainy. Because why we can know? Because kita duduk kat tempat tu sekali. Okay. Ini juga pernah berlaku dekat saya dulu during we collect the data. Ketika tu collection tu dibuat ketika tengah hari. So waktu tengah hari tu apa yang berlaku? Semua lapar So they announce lagi 5 minit untuk makan, untuk lunch. So we collect the data. They say data A. We agree on A decision. Okay, after kita makan nasi dengan kenyang, makan dan sebagainya, they come back to the room, we choose another selection. So they come the result B. Ini kena berhati-hati juga. Kadang-kadang kita asking one question, they have two result. Whether they give the result A and they give the result B. Why it happen? Because the environment factors. Maybe hot, cool or rainy. Masa saya involved dengan that seminar, kebetulan masa itu adalah perut lapar. So kita nampak remeh tetapi decision adalah wrong. So that's why sebagai pengajaran, so we want to do the research apa semua, dia kena satu suasana yang fit, suasana yang damai di situ. Okay. Then another advantage, we can easy observe the group. That means why can easy observe the group? Because we join the group. Jadi kita boleh look the certain group, whether we go for a study about the children or executive group. That means we select the group, which group we want to observe. Whether we want to observe the executive group, whether we want to observe the children group. This one also depend how the issue that we found it, then how we want to solve it. Okay. So we select the which group that one we want to study. Okay, so far any question kah? Ada soalan? Any question? Ada soalan? Okay. Okay, sini ada Leong Jingtao say chapter 1 proposal kena submit dekat online ke? Guideline to be submit to lecturer and supervisors. Yes, according to that guideline timetable ataupun the structure, you kena submit untuk you punya supervisors, you kena minta tanya dia untuk submit dekat dia ataupun macam mana. Okay. Untuk saya ni, you kena submit through online. So nanti saya akan setting dekat online. Boleh Untuk supervisors tu.
Nak tanya. Macam saya baru lulus tajuk. Bab 1 tak kena tulis lagi. Kena tulis ke macam mana?
Ya, kena tulis. You kena tulis, tak tulis what you punya introduction Chapter 1 tu dia ada konten-konten dia kan. Dia ada introduction, problem statement dan sebagainya. So you just tulis dulu you punya proposal.
Sebab experience saya baru suruh cari macam variable lagi. Maksudnya belum tulis. Maksudnya macam mana?
Tulis juga apa yang variable you akan cari tu. Dalam you punya
maksudnya
proposal.
Kalau lain kali ada update lain macam mana?
Dia akan submit yang seterusnya. So you tengok dekat tu dia ada seterusnya lah. Submit chapter 2, submit chapter 3, bila-bila tu ada.
Macam mungkin ada kesilapan chapter 1 ke? Nanti nak kena update baru ke macam mana?
You tanya supervisor you macam mana.
Okay.
Ada setengah supervisor dia akan bagi peluang untuk you resubmit again after you find out the new variable.
Okay.
I mean depend on discussion lah. Sekarang ni you akan pakai satu skill untuk discussion. untuk you convince you punya supervisor how you punya report dan sebagainya.
Okay.
Okay Okay, now we continue our topic. We discuss about disadvantage. What is the disadvantage of we observe the data, we do the observation method to collect the data. So boleh kita minta Nur Shakira.
Ya, Doktor.
Nur Shakira, tolong baca this slide semua sekali.
Disadvantage of observe. Firstly, physically present. The second one, data collecting method expensive. The third one, long period of data collection. Then observing can be captured 100%. And lastly, need to train for observation, avoid bias.
Okay, thank you. Nur Shakira. Okay, they have a advantage, disadvantage. Disadvantage maksudnya kelemahan dia. Apa yang berlaku bila kita do the observation technique. Pertama, physically present. That mean kita kena ada tempat tu. Example, kalau tempat tu dia working 8 hours, 8 jam satu hari, you kena ada dekat situ 8 hours juga. Okay. So kalau dia ada working 6 hours, so is 6 hours, you kena present that place. You kena ada, tak boleh macam cheap small. Sekejap dia ada, sekejap tak ada, tak boleh. Number 2, collecting data is expensive. Expensive, that mean we need data collection in terms of transport, in terms of any document. Okay, they have some issues. Then another one, we need to present. That means kita kena ada tempat tu. Maybe they have the little bit money, go to everywhere. That means certain place. Mungkin ada those, kita tak ada kenderaan, kita kena sewa. Then mungkin satu hari tak cukup, kita kena 1 week or 2 weeks, kita kena sewa hotel lagi. That's why they call this method to collect data is expensive compared to telephone, okay, compared to email and so on. Okay, that's why the reason they say expensive. Then long period of data collection. Okay, because we want to observe, we cannot do one day. Kalau kita do one day, maybe kita not correct data. So kita akan decide whether it be 1 month or 6 months. Okay, in case we want to say we get to strong evidence or observation, maybe we say 1 year. So this condition, this requirement, they take long period. Then cannot be captured 100%. They mean example lah, dia punya body language. Okay, body language kita check 3% at one time. Jadi kita kadang-kadang kita nak remember apa yang berlaku at 3% on one time. Maybe memori kita tak cukup ataupun kita sukar nak dapat capture. Kecuali kita pakai kamera lah, kamera and ada solution. But kalau by visual, by guna stay at one place to do the visual, jadi dia agak cannot capture 100%. Then they need the train and some training, some skill, how to collect the data using the observation because they want to avoid the bias. They have learned the teknik-teknik tertentu to avoid the bias. Okay? Kalau kita tak faham dan kita akan terjadi bias. Bila kita dah jumpa kawan-kawan lama, that our kawan lama is a respondent, so maybe the bias. So kita ada certain teknik to avoid the bias. Then we move on some key dimension, some characteristic in case we do the observation. So they have some characteristic. First is about the control and uncontrolled study. Okay. Control and uncontrolled, they mean the some places kita nak melihat the environment. So we do I mean we focus on some group. Okay, then we control that group. The uncontrolled, that mean we cannot control, that happen in naturally. Number two, about the participant. Participant, that mean we ourselves as the researcher, whether want to join that the group or not. Okay, they call participant or not participant. Okay, in this case, is required strongly is participant because we want to understood the real phenomena. Then number three, about the structures. Structures and non-structures. In case we go for one company, okay, we give some information, then we explain to them the reason why we there for data observation, they call structure. So because they mean we inform early what we want to do. Unstructured, they mean we not just not inform, just we go there by accident. So they call unstructured. Conceal and non-conceal, they mean how we collect the data technique lah. Whether we collect by kita duduk sembunyi ataupun kita assist in reality. Maksudnya kita mungkin duduk di sebelakang balik pintu ataupun kita memang join that group. So they call conceal and non-conceal observation. So this one berapa karakteristik yang ada dan kita boleh utilize. So di sini kita nampak the best one is how the participant lah. Participant then be structured. Whether this one conceal and not conceal, terpulang depend on company observation, company application ataupun permissions. Okay. The basic is participant and structure. Itu saja. Then we move on. We see the participant. There's no, we say the participant is very important because observation is no choice. We need to participate. Okay. Kalau tak mau participate, macam kita buat questionnaire for the quantitative, they just distribute for respondent to collect the data. Okay, participate, they have three type of participate, whether complete participant, moderate participant, and active participant. So we choose which one is relevant to kita punya study lah. Okay. So in case kita, example, kita tak tahu apa-apa yang berlaku. So kita nak dapat 100%, so maybe kita go for active participant. Maksudnya every event yang berlaku kita actively involved. Tetapi bila kita dah dapat some idea, okay, just kita nak verify whether idea is valid ataupun tidak, maybe we can choose moderate or complete participant. How, what condition, dia bergantung kepada how we get the issue, how we understood the issue. Kalau kita tak tahu apa langsung, maybe the good is active participant. Okay, kalau kita dah tahu little bit, maybe moderate or complete participants. So kita akan tanya diri kita, how should I participate? So diri kita saja boleh pilih, then we do this step. Sama ada kita request for active participate ataupun moderate participate or complete participate. Then participation, we do the observe. Of course, kita kena dapat permission. Dia kena tulis surat. In case kita nak buat apply research, company A, kita kena tulis surat untuk dapat permission. Okay, untuk dapat permission ni not so easy ya. Macam kes saya dulu, saya buat PhD, saya lebih kurang 3 month 3 month untuk dapatkan permission. Kadang-kadang kita dengar macam tak logik. 3 month untuk dapatkan permission. Why 3 month? Because dia ada 3 level of approval. 3 level of approval. Sebab tu sorry. Sebab tu dalam research bila kita alami betul, kita hadapi, baru kita dapat some experience. Sebelum saya buat research ni, saya tak tahu kata 3 level of approval ni exist. 3 level of approval ni bermaksudnya 1 level from the company, then 1 level from the persatuan, dia ada society dia. Okay. Then third one from the CEO or lembaga pengarah, so on. Ataupun CFO so on. So they have 3 level. So this 3 level also take a lot of time for they say yes before we go for the observation. Even though observation say easy, but to get the approval is not easy. It depends on the company where you want to go. Then number 2 is about the sponsor, because about the money. They mean how you go that place, you rent a car, then you stay at the hotel, then you eating the some food. You need a better sponsor lah, or you got the scholarship. Okay, in case you have the grant. Then establish the rapport. Rapport that means a relationship. You need to develop the relationship with the company, because you want to asking the company for the approval. They will know who are you. They're asking who are you. That means you need to introduce yourself from that university, UUM, the target to collect the data and so on. So we need to establish the rapport, establish the relationship. In case they don't know you, so maybe they reject. So you need to apply another company again. Then it's reject, then gain. That's why the relationship, I mean for the company is very important. For your in future lah, selepas you kerja nanti, that's why you need to establish the rapport. Okay, then what we want to observe usually? Apa yang perlu kita nak lihat? So here they have some definition given by Spradley 1980. Lama betul lah, dekat more than 40 years. So they say a space, we see the object, then we see the actors, we see the feeling, and we see the event. Okay, they mean maybe we go only 1 or we go for 2 or 3. Okay, maybe you want to study about the object, example. The object that we facing the highest reject for the last month or for the last 3 months. So we go focus on what the object is. Okay? And concurrently, at the same time, so we can see the actors who are running the object. Okay? So what condition they're running the object and what time that the defect is happen. So we see some factor. That's why for the observation, we need some technique, then we need some training to understand what item, what data that we need to collect, during we do the observation of data collection. Then another one, this one is according to DeWall and DeWall. Ni dua beradik ya. DeWall and DeWall. Tadi adalah from the Spratly. Now we go for see the this guy, DeWall and DeWall 2002. So from these two guys, they say observation, during we do our observation, then we first we look the story. So we study the story first. Then after that, we found out what is irregular activity. Apakah kecacatan yang berlaku dekat aktiviti tersebut. Then we look the variation of story. Variation mungkin sebagai story ya. Maybe we have the story from A, we have story from B, we have story from C of the person ya. So we have 3 type of story. So we want to see which one is similar to irregular activities. Then we look for negative, that means we see the irregular lah, same. Sama, same, sure. Then after that, we develop a plan and we do the systematic observation if we need. So we plan in case we want to see negative cases, where is the place? At marketing, at the plant, manufacturing, at the human resources, and so on. So we have the plan where and what to say, who to do it, and so on. So we can see that recommended by DeWall and DeWall 2002 is more comprehensive compared to the Spratly 1980. Nampak daripada tahun ni we can identify the most oldest ni dia kurang comprehensive. Then we can see that the 2002 is recommended more comprehensive. How we study, we conduct the observe of the data stages. So observation structure, ini kat mana kita buat yang tadi itu. Sama ada you tengok slide number yang awal slide ni. Slide number 7. So kita recommended almost 2 particular. That mean participant and structure. Ini yang most requirement for observation. We see the structured one. Okay, structured, that means we look the selected environment or selected phenomena. We select what the place we want to go. Okay, first maybe we go for the production or we go for finance. In case we have a lot of reject, maybe we go for manufacturing. So must have the related to the phenomena. Kalau reject, that means kalau kita dapat isu absenteeism, ketidakhadiran yang tinggi, maybe kita look at 2 place. Maybe kita go for HR. Because HR ni dia adalah satu department untuk control manpower. Then another one maybe we go for manufacturing place. Yang related dengan game besar, game ju tu tadi. Sebab maybe that manufacturing place ni dia ada suasana dia panas. Okay. Suasana dia tak menyenangkan. That's why people not willing working on that place, dia selalu akan jadi absenteeism. Then kita lihat there's different structure, maksudnya adakah kita melihat pada HR ataupun kita lihat pada manufacturing. Ini bergantung pada isu yang kita ada. Okay, in case kita ada masalah absenteeism, kita nak selesaikan isu itu. Then the next adalah coding. Okay, coding, maybe coding ini kita gunakan berapa coding untuk kita recall balik the data what we collect. So the coding tu maybe lah fokus. Fokus dia mean di sini we select the real issue. Kita kena cari yang real issue. Okay. Ini selalunya kena decide pada awal lagi ya. At the beginning of stage, we need to what is the real issue. We need to focus it. Kalau kita tak dapat the real issue, maybe take about 1 week, so kita tak dapat solution apa. So why the first need to focus. What is the real issue? Then they have an objective. Okay, objective that means how we want to do the solution. Whether we want to improve the money, dollar or cent. Okay. Whether we want to improve the efficiency or effectiveness. Or we want to improve the customer satisfaction. So we do the objective. Then easy to use, that mean understood by both. They mean understood the coding what we observe the data, then that we transfer the coding into the writing. So in future, we refer that coding, we understood what we write now. Okay. Then mutually exclusive and quality executive, they mean not happen together one time, two condition. Maksudnya dalam macam kita baling duit shilling, dia tak akan jadi dua condition, sama ada sing ataupun kong. So that mean they happen mesti one condition success, one condition is fail. Okay, this one they call mutually exclusive and qualitatively exhaustive. This one ayat statistik lah untuk indicate one fenomena tidak akan berlaku dua keadaan. Okay, then another one is coding scheme. What we do the coding for the data collection of observation, that means we do the checklist. Checklist, that means how the checklist example, we want to check the HR department. Okay. Or manufacturing. We want to study about the observation. So in case we say we want to collect data HR department, so we develop HR, they have many type of department. They have about the cuti. Dekat HR ni dia ada satu cuti kan, cuti department, lepas tu payslip. So they have department payslip so on. So kita develop the checklist whether we want to go for this department or we want to go this department. So we develop checklist. So kita dah tahu yang mana kita dah pergi, yang mana kita belum pergi. Then another one kita have the record. So what the record we go for the cuti department in HR department, cuti function, okay, the claim of on leave and so on. Then we need to record on time scale. That means time scale, the date. Example, here today is 24. Okay. 24 on November. So what place we go? So when you go for HR department, so who attend with us? It's apa yang kita lihat dan sebagainya. So they have the some coding supaya nanti kita akan transfer ke bentuk writing, dia tak akan hilang dekat situ. So kita boleh recall balik. Itu tujuan dia, kita buat coding. Okay, untuk observation dekat sini kita dah habis untuk method of data collection by observation. Kebanyakan by this method for the applied study. Yang applied adalah untuk selesaikan masalah using this method. Okay. Then I share balik QR code untuk those siapa yang baru join tadi. Mohon scan. Okey, dekat sini saja kita punya kelas untuk this topic. Chapter number 8 berkenaan dengan observation of the data collection. So saya nak minta confirm lagi sekali attendant untuk Nadia Wafiq ada? Nur Ashikin? Nur Alia Damir?
Ada
Musya-
doktor.
Okay, thank you. Musyahlidan? Muhammad Syamizi? Teo Chikuang?
Tak, doktor.
Okay, thank you very much. Jumpa lagi next session. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.